Good afternoon. The topic that we are going to cover today is called modal verbs. And in fact, we are going to dwell on the following modal verbs as can, could, may, might, and must. So before we start speaking about each of them in detail, I want to offer you a very particular task. So you must guess from the examples providing where we will see the use of these modal verbs with the meanings behind them. So which meaning do they express in each context? So I'm going to glue at random the meanings of the modal verbs and the examples. Your task will be to match the meaning to its example. The example of the first sentence is, Diana, can you read it?
You can take the car tonight. Okay, you are allowed taking the car tonight. Permission?
Yes, that's right. You're quite right. Which one is that? This?
Someone can write really fast. She can translate from Spanish into English. Something in negative forms.
So if we speak that somebody can do something, that is an ability. Yes, that's right. And the last one.
They cannot be at home at the moment. It's a
Assumption
in a negative form.
in the negative form. Yes, you are right. Thank you. Good. The very close with this modal verb is the modal verb could. Lila will try to guess. So 2 examples. Lila, read the first example, please.
The people must be in the gym now. They have physical education lessons at this time.
So what do you think it is? Assumption bordering on certainty when we are pretty sure about what we say? Or is it a necessity or internal imperative? Good. Then let's compare with the second example. Read please the second example.
You must study hard if you want to show a good result at the mark.
Okay, so Diana, what do you think?
Since the people must be in gym now, it's this assumption bordering on certainty.
You're quite right.
Necessity or internal imperative is this.
Do you agree? Yes. Thank you, Diana. Okay, girls, let's have some practice a little bit. We will need to take a book and open it at page 280. Task 168. The task is ask questions as it is given in the modals. So the example, Diana, read please.
Ask your classmate if she can sign. Can you sign?
Sing. Okay. The next one.
Ask your classmate if he can speak French, if he could play the piano.
No. So if we ask someone if he can speak French, how do we form the question then?
If he can speak French.
Diana, do you agree?
Can he speak French?
Can you speak French? That's nice. Diana, the next one.
Ask if he could play the piano last year. Can you play the piano last year?
Oh, if we have the past tense, it must be could he play the piano last year? Nice. Number 3.
If he can run 100 meters in 30 seconds.
Good. So how will you form the question using it?
Can you run 100
Good. Can you run 100 meters in 13 seconds? Diana, the next one.
He will be able to come to your place tomorrow. Will you able to come to our place tomorrow?
Nice. Will you be able to come to your place tomorrow? Be is also used in this question. The next.
If you can go to Kiev by plane, can you go to Kiev by plane?
That's nice. Diana, the next one.
If his friends can play ice hockey, can your friends play?
Can your friends play ice hockey? Good. The next question.
If you can repair a radio set, you can he repair a radio set?
That's right. But you address to a person. So can you repair a radio set? That's right. The next exercise, 169. Diana, please.
You have the right to use the
Let's first read the task. What is demanded from us, Diana? Can you read? We have to paraphrase the following sentences using the verb can. So somewhere in the context, can is hidden. We must paraphrase the same sentence, express the same idea, but we must use now the verb can. So let's try.
You can use a dictionary.
That's nice. Lily?
He has the right to receive a passport.
So this is the affirmative sentence, positive sentence. So we begin with the subject. He can receive a passport. Good. Diana, the next one.
They have the right to live in this flat. They can live in this flat.
Exactly. Lily?
She has the right to stay away from these lessons. He can
Stay
stay
away from these lessons. Good. Diana?
He has the right to take a month's holidays in summer. He can take a month's holidays in summer.
Nice. We are going to speak about modal verb must. So, exercise 183, page 286. Let's read the task. Make the following sentences interrogative. So, how do we form the interrogative form with the verb must? So, if we, for example, write the following sentence. You must be very careful when you use this device. So, tell me the use of the modal verb must. So what does it express? Does it express obligation in this case? So obligation means something you really have to obey, something that you must follow by all means. Yes, so we see that must is followed by the infinitive, right? So how do we form questions? So if we need to form the question, we do a very simple step. We change the position of the modal verb must. We put it on the first place before the subject. So, and in our situation, we will have must, you. Can you finish this sentence?
Must you be very careful?
Be very careful. Good, Diana. So, in our next exercise, we must form the interrogative form. In other words, we must form questions from the given sentences. So, please start.
You must air the room twice a day. Must you air the room twice a day?
Nice. Next.
Children must sleep 9 hours a day.
Good.
Must
Good. Must children sleep 9 hours a day? Diana?
The people must clean their classrooms. Must the people clean their classrooms?
You are quite right. The next
she
one.
must help her mother about the house. Must she help her mother about the house?
Very good. Diana?
You must read English book every day. Must we read the English book every day?
Good.
Everybody must go in for sport. Must everybody go in for sports?
That's right.
All children must go to school. Must all children go to school?
Very good.
You must come to school in time. Must you come to school in time?
Well done, students. So the next exercise is going to check your ability for paraphrasing. So again, you will be given some context, and somewhere in this context there will be the idea, the hidden idea of using of the verb must. So you must find this problem, figure it out, and then paraphrase the sentence so that must will appear in this sentence. So the initial sentence does not have the modal verb must. Your task will be to paraphrase it so that the must will appear in this sentence. So this is task 187A, only A, just A. Okay, you can read, Diana, the modal first. It will help you to understand what you have to do.
I'm sure she is at home now. She must be at home now. I'm sure they arrived in Kiev yesterday. They must have arrived in Kiev yesterday.
Good.
I'm sure you are very tired. She must be very tired.
You must be very tired. Good. Lilia, the next one.
I'm sure your friend is a very modest girl. Your friends must be...
Perfect. Your friend must be a very modest girl. Diana,
I'm sure he is ill. He must be ill.
Very good. Diana?
I'm sure they know you.
They must know you. Very good. Diana?
I'm sure he has plenty of time. He must plenty of time.
Must have plenty of time. Good.
I'm sure he is very good doctor. He must be a very good doctor.
Doctor, nice. Diana?
I'm sure she is an experienced teacher. She must be an experienced teacher.
Very good. She must be an experienced teacher. Lilia?
I'm sure you like such films. You must like such films.
Thank you very much, students. You did a great job. You are quite right. Thank you. At this moment, we are going to do another task. You will be given a text where you will find the examples of the use of modal verbs. Your task will be to read the text carefully, find the examples of the modal verbs, and be able to comment them according to their usage. So I give you 1 minute to look through the text, and then we are going to read it. Okay, Diana, will you start?
I came to point a finger, read the symptoms, and discover must have.
Good. So, must have had it from answers without knowing it. What is it? Assumption or necessity? I must have had it from answers. That is an assumption. Good. Lilia?
I had with
Severe complications.
and diphtheria. I must have been born with.
Must have been born. Is it necessity or assumption bordering with satiety? with certainty. Assumption bordering with certainty. Nice.
I was relieved to find the British disease I had only in a modified form, and so far as that was considered, I might live 4 years.
We have a new word, might, which is assumption as well. Good.
The only disease I could
Conclude.
I had not got was housemate abilities in the past.
That's right.
I sat and pondered. I thought what an interesting case I must be from a medical point of view.
Good. So I must be. Is this necessity or assumption? I must be from a medical point of view. This is an example of assumption. Nice.
All students need to be to walk around me and after they take their diploma.
They appeared in your modal verb, need. So what do you think it expresses in this context? A necessity, that's right. Diana?
I tried to feel my heart. I could not feel my heart.
Abilities in the past, you are quite right.
I think now that it must have been there all the time and must have been beating, but cannot account for it. I think this is assumption.
Assumption bordering with certainty. That's right. Thank you very much. So one more set of modal verb is left for us. This is modal verb may or might. So let's take all these back. Diana, I will ask you again to come and help me. So we have the following meanings. Can you read it, Lila? Assumption concerning the present, assumption concerning the future. And we have only 2 examples. The first example is, this man might be a boxer, and the other one is, they may win the game tonight. Which example do you think go into which category?
This man might be a boxer.
Exactly, assumption. I'm going to hold it and to show to our students. So I'm going to draw your attention to some rules concerning the usage of the modal verbs. So Diana, can you read the rules to us? Okay. They do not take an S on the third person singular. If we say він вміє читати, він is the third person singular. Do we add the adding S to the modal verb can? No, we don't. So він вміє читати is he can sing. So all modal verbs can, may, might, could, must never add the ending S in the present simple tense after the third person singular. They are followed by a verb in its base form without particle to. So we say, you must write this test. You can translate this sentence into English. You could catch the train. So could catch, no particle to. Must write, no particle to. And some of them can refer to the present or the future at the same time. So the same modal verb may express the idea for the present or for the future. For example, You can do this work now refers to present, but you can do this work tomorrow refers to the future. In both cases, we use the modal verb can. So, and none of them can be used without a main verb. So we definitely must add a notional verb after each of the modal verb. For example, we cannot say ти можеш перекласти цю статтю, не вживаючи слово перекласти. You can say he, you can this article. We must add something to after can to express the main idea. You can read this article, you can translate this article, you can take this article, but we must add some kind of verb after the modal verb, after each modal verb. Okay, and at the last, our last task, it's a kind of fun, so it's activity for fun. You're going to describe a situation that is open to interpretation. So you will work in pair and try to produce as many sentences to what may have happened. You can use modal verb, then you must use have and past participle, or the third form of the verb. For example, the example for you here is, when I arrived at school today, there were papers all over the floor in the hall and in the director's office. So what might have happened? Possible conclusions. There may have been a break-in. Somebody may have broken into the director's office. The director might have gone crazy and thrown the papers around. Or some students may have played a joke and may have made a mess in the director's office. The director must have been furious. He must have thrown all the papers by himself. So this is an example for you to have a look at. And the situations that we are going to consider are as follows. You were stuck in traffic for 2 hours. So remember that we must use some kind of modal verb. So we must use some kind of modal verb. We must use have, and we must use past participle. So, to stuck in a traffic means you cannot move, you cannot make a rush from the car where you are inside. Can you provide any background for the situation? What must have happened? What may have happened? What could have caused such a problem? Let's think about the road. So, can you provide, Diana?
There may have been a car accident.
Exactly, you are quite right. There may have been a car accident. Good. No students came to class. No students came to class. No, there are no students in the classroom. What could have happened to them?
There may have been a holiday.
They may have been
Holiday.
on holiday. Good, nice. It's better to use might in this case. They might have been on holiday. Nice. And student X was 15 minutes late. Student X was 15 minutes late. What? Maybe think about the transport which he used.
There may have been an accident.
He may have missed his bus. So he may have missed his bus. Okay. Thank you very much. So if you have any questions, you are free to ask, and I will try to answer them. Is everything clear up to now? Okay, then thank you very much for your participation. Thank you for your wonderful lesson.